Brittany, bitch.
Hello, welcome to the podcast. This is Along the Racing Line podcast with all of us girls.
Bring the action.
Right, so shall we first talk about the liveries that came out?
Mhm.
I mean, it's a good topic to start on, so yeah.
Right, shall we start on Mercedes? How do we feel about Mercedes? Go on, Amelia.
So me personally, I really like the Mercedes livery. I do think the AMG is a bit too out there. It's a bit overdone on the back end of the car, but overall, I think bringing back in the idea of the silver arrows at the end of the car is nice. So yeah, I really like the livery.
Yeah. Anna?
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same. And also I like how they still got the red arrow for Nikki.
Yes,
Like,
I love that.
I just think it just adds
That's
something.
really nice.
The details.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've got like good, nice little details as well, which is good.
I like the blue on the side as well, actually.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it adds like
That's
a
different.
colour. Because obviously they were silver in a previous time, but now they've gone like to this beautiful black livery with the white and the blue. Like I really think that like stands out, because obviously I think it stands out because Valtteri Bottas Finnish flag has the blue,
Mhm.
which
Yeah.
could go with that. What about you, Kaia?
Everyone said what I think, but the
It's easier what
AMG
you
on the
didn't
back
like it.
is so too much for me personally. But I still like it. It's all right.
Ellie?
Yeah, I think it's all right. It's not my favourite one ever. I do agree, like on the back with the AMG, there is quite a lot on the back, but
It's
overall,
overdone.
yeah, definitely. But
I think
overall,
because-
I think it is nice.
I think because like the AMG obviously it's like longer than the silver arrows like last year. I think because it's longer, it's just made it look like really
Yeah.
blocky.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Nicole?
Like everyone said, I like it. I like the details. One thing I saw I saw a meme on the internet saying that the AMG they put all the stickers on the car because McLaren just didn't want to put them on their car. So I found that really funny. Just too many AMGs on the car, but in the rest of it is amazing.
Oh yeah, because McLaren are now McLaren Mercedes, but they have nothing to do with Mercedes on their car.
Yeah.
are they?
Mhm.
All
Like,
merchandise, literally
Yeah,
nothing.
I was gonna say not on the merchandise either, because last year they
I
had the
know, I
Renault.
was shocked about that.
Yeah. Melanie?
I actually really like it. I don't know about you, but I prefer the black Mercedes to the silver Mercedes, and a lot of people kind of prefer the silver Mercedes. But I think this year's car is really nice. I really like it.
I think the silver arrows is iconic. It's what they're known as. But this black has 100% like put a mark on it. Obviously, it's to do with obviously the end racism campaign as well, and to promote that, which is absolutely amazing. And it's amazing, obviously, what Lewis is doing and how he's using his platform to spread awareness on this. But I mean, I'm with you. I like the black more than I do the silver arrows.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's made Mercedes stand out a lot more than the other cars, because last year on the grid the cars were quite bright, but I think now because most of the teams went for darker colours, they're not going to stand out as much.
Most teams went for blues because on the grid when you're trying to see what team it is, it's all blues and you can't pick them out.
Blue Mercedes, the blue Mercedes. Yeah, but if you think about it, all the teams Mercedes sponsor have blue in their car. McLaren, Williams, Alpine, they use Mercedes. Oh no, they don't. They use Renault, don't they?
They use Renault.
My mistake. So, to talk about one livery that really did surprise me, Alfa Romeo.
Oh, yeah.
As much
I
as
like Alfa
simple,
Romeo.
it's classy.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
like the red. The red is like a different shade.
Very
I think the
pretty
red
as well.
version is so pretty.
They
They-
like flipped it.
Yeah, I like it.
Really nice.
I like it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's not really much you can say about it, but I feel like the Alfa Romeo sign on the body of the car, now that it's white, it looks stunning.
It's not overdone at all.
Yeah.
It's classy, it's easy, and it's not too busy.
Yeah.
And you still got the iconic Alfa Romeo colours.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like the same with Red Bull. Red Bull keep their iconic colours, and Alfa Romeo do the same, because at the end of the day, when people look back at it, that's going to be like an iconic car.
It's the same with the McLaren as well, and the papaya and the blue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely, I agree.
it's good.
A controversial one, Williams.
Oh, I thought you was going to tell
Williams like
the
that.
Haas.
Oh no, we'll come to that one because there's a lot we can say. But Williams,
I really love the Williams. I
I quite
like
like
the
the Williams.
I
Williams.
don't like it.
I
I
don't
was gonna say,
like
I'm not a big fan.
It's
I
alright. It's
like
not the
it.
worst one, but
I like it as well.
Yeah,
I
mean,
saw a
obviously it's
TikTok
different.
though.
Yeah,
People said it
obviously
looks
yeah,
like
it's
Nemo.
I saw a
It
TikTok.
reminds me of Dory.
Sand. And then I kind of got a bit put off by it because I was like, I can see that with like the little like orangey yellow and then the blue, and I was like, oh
Yeah.
no. But overall, I think it's different. I think it looks like the 1992 championship winner car, which is nice because obviously it's a new chapter with obviously
New
us sadly
management.
not having Claire Williams there anymore.
Loved her.
I love Claire.
She was so good.
I know, she was so good.
But it's
I
like
wish
the
you
new
could get
chapter
Claire on
for
the podcast.
Williams.
Yeah,
So
I wish
I
Claire
think
was
we
still
could
around
see a
the
lot more.
team. Because like at the end of the day, it is Frank and Claire's team. No matter who manages the team, it is theirs, and that's what
Yeah.
everyone's going to see it as. Like obviously with the new
Sure.
management, they're going to do really well, but like it's Claire and Frank's team. Like I don't see it any other way.
Yeah.
Definitely.
With the livery though, like I'm not a fan because obviously I love Red Bull's car. Like that was my favourite one just because it didn't change. I like simplistic things and I like things to stay traditional. And like the cars over the years, whether it looked like a toothpaste bottle or what, that's my favourite.
The sponsors look better on the Red Bull, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they were a better place. I think the Honda looks stunning.
It
I
does.
agree.
Especially on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it on the nose? I think it is, yeah.
It's on the rear wing and it is on the nose as well, but it's on the
Yeah.
inside bit. But yeah, I like the Honda bit.
Haas.
Oh, I have got a lot to
God.
say on this delivery.
There's a lot to say on that.
There's a lot we can
I'll
say.
put myself on mute.
it's a very controversial one.
I
Yeah.
personally, the livery's nice. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's different. It stands out. But the concept behind it is a
Yeah.
no from me. It looks like the Russian flag.
Yeah, it literally
It
looks like they just
literally
printed
is.
it on.
And
Like
obviously, no, it's not for me.
Mm-mm.
when I thought about it deeper, and obviously with everyone coming out saying it was the Russian flag, like they came out saying that it was their sponsors' colours, but their sponsors at the time were changing their colours to fit with the Haas car to make it look like it had nothing to do with Russia.
Yeah.
Obviously with a Russian guy pretty much leading the team now. you're gonna
Yeah,
want
I
a
also
Russian car.
think because one of their sponsors, there's that 1 and 1 ain't it, and they're also blue. So I also think because that's on mixed car, that doesn't help either because that's also blue on the white with the red. I think it just adds even more, and it's like, oh god.
I mean, if they really wanted to do flags, why didn't they do a German one?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
If
You
they're
know,
gonna
where's
play
the
that game.
game?
But
It's-
isn't half the
it's
car
more-
Russian, half the car German?
It's more dominant towards Nikita. Obviously, his dad has invested within the team, but when Stroll came into the sport, you never saw anything about the Canadian flag going into
No,
Force India,
exactly.
which is obviously changed into
Yeah.
Racing Point. You never saw anything to do with that.
I mean, you got the pink
Mhm.
Mercedes in return, but I'd rather have a pink
You
Mercedes
got the
than
pink
the
Mercedes,
Canadian
but
car.
it performed exceptionally, that pink Mercedes,
Mhm.
and you can't even deny that.
No,
No, it was
definitely not.
really good.
Yeah. To be fair, I do think that Racing Point at the time should have won a lot more races, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
obviously,
I
Mhm.
think it was let down a lot of the time as well, though.
Yeah.
Because look at Abu Dhabi, for instance. Sergio's engine, I think it was, he had an engine failure. It literally
Yeah.
blew up on him. And then
it happened twice.
Bahrain Grand Prix round 1, Stroll was nipped by Kvyat and was hanging there like a cow, as Nico Hulkenberg would like to say. And then Sergio had issues.
Yeah, I think they had a lot of issues last year. because I think they could have done so much better, but because of the issues, they did end up losing out.
Yeah.
Like, to be
It didn't
honest,
help.
no,
It didn't
like,
help with the fight for P3 at all.
No.
yeah, with the whole like engine blow ups and that happened twice to Perez. Why didn't it ever happen to Stroll? Like, there must be something going on. Like, I'm not being funny. I'm convinced Roscoe bit Russell's tires.
I would say that as well.
Definitely.
I'm convinced.
Mhm.
Because where on earth would he pick the puncture up from? Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And with the
I don't know if you saw on
tire
his stream, but honestly.
how do you mix up two
Set of tires.
people's tires
Yeah.
either as well?
yeah, exactly. It was completely
Especially a team
intentional.
like Mercedes. How did they do that?
Do you know what I also find weird as well? A week after in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, they did a double stack again with Hamilton and Bottas.
Absolutely
Perfect.
perfect.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Like, maybe Toto wasn't involved in the idea behind it, but maybe because the Mercedes engineers love Lewis, it was
Yeah.
done on purpose by
Maybe
them.
they see George as a big threat to Lewis. Maybe.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. I
100%
think,
it is.
100%.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
think
it would
it's-
have been a very
There's a lot of controversy
controversial.
around that as well.
Yeah,
But
because like if George won in it, like imagine
Yeah.
the car
Yeah.
does
everyone
everything.
would be like, George and the Mercedes now, get Bottas out.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
Mhm.
I think we
Could
can all
even-
agree. I mean, I don't know about anyone else. I personally think that Russell is better than Bottas.
Yeah.
I think it was
100%.
I agree.
Definitely.
But can we
Mhm.
talk about, I hate to change the subject, but can we talk about that Aston Martin?
Don't get me
Beautiful.
started about the Aston
So
Martin.
beautiful.
So
Oh
beautiful.
my
It's
God.
so pretty.
And the
Oh,
safety car.
watermelon!
Oh,
Oh, it's so
Ew,
cute.
Watermelon!
It's
Yeah.
literally
Yeah,
like the
it's-
proper racing Aston Martin green, ain't it? Because I watch all like the GT and everything, and it's always got the green in like the GT Aston Martin cars, and then it's coming to F1. I love it so much.
yeah. Like, even the safety cars, I was like,
Oh
wow,
my
Yeah,
God.
the safety
get me started.
cars.
like,
but
Incredible.
the car didn't
Mhm.
perform the best in the testing.
Yeah, they
Really.
were sandbagging though.
Yeah.
I think they was very overhyped, but obviously there's a lot of controversy around Mercedes sandbagging, so could have Aston Martin been
Mhm.
sandbagging as well.
Yeah. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
yeah,
But-
definitely.
They could go to that Bahrain Grand Prix and absolutely dominate.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Just because they didn't perform as well in the testing doesn't mean they won't be really good in the races. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what I think people's problems are. They think they look at testing, judge the testing about what the year's going to be
Yeah.
like, but like they have a whole week, well, like 2 weeks to sort the problems with the car and go out and
Mhm.
absolutely beast it. Like, we all know Mercedes do awful at testing. That's just a
And
fact.
then,
But when they
and then
step
they go to
out
the
on the
first
racetrack,
race.
different story.
Mhm.
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 Although I do think that the spin was unintentional with Lewis Hamilton.
I agree.
Yeah, he looked raging. He was not
He
happy.
did. I was like, oh,
The way
Yeah.
you know what I mean, but he's
There
just
is
that, I couldn't help
standing.
but
It's so
laugh.
funny.
Lewis is in the
Have
gravel.
you seen the Twitter account of it or no? There's a Twitter account of Lewis just staring at things, and it's him just standing looking. And there was this one with George and his tires, and I was,
He
Oh,
looked
yeah.
so lost.
Yeah.
yeah.
To talk about another one, Alpine.
I love
absolutely
like
I
that.
love their car.
it's
Yeah.
so
It looks
nice.
sick.
Yeah.
Is
Two
that the one that's like really,
wide.
really wide? I can't remember. It's the commentators kept on talking about how wide it was. Funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, how like it's
But
like
it's
really wide, ain't it?
performed so
Yeah.
well. It's
Yeah.
performed so well. And don't get me wrong, the Renault last year, absolutely, it was amazing. It performed
Mhm.
so well. But
That's the
this-
best they've been in a long time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
100%. Because they was in fight with McLaren and Racing Point for P3 and constructors. Like, that just goes to show that they're coming onto the A game 100%.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely.
Just on the subject of Alpine and Renault, Cyril.
See, you
I miss that
because
man so
it's
much.
now sort of like Davide Brivio, ain't it? And he's in that, and he was in MotoGP, and I have to say I do love him because he was the Suzuki team principal and he's the nicest guy ever.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I'm really happy he's come. I will miss Cyril and everything, but I'm really happy Davide has come.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he can do some really good things for the team, but I think the way they went
Mhm.
about it with Cyril was completely wrong.
Yeah, that
Like,
was really wrong.
Cyril
Yeah.
gave years of his life to that team and should just be kicked out because they're rebranded
Yeah.
themselves. It's wrong.
Yeah.
They should have at least given him like an overseeing position like Toto Wolff has at Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cyril is part of the entire building of Renault into Alpine.
He's helped
He
them
worked
grow
his way
into
up there.
what
Yeah.
they've become.
Yeah.
And just
He's
to get
made them
kicked
what they
out
are.
like that, it's a kick in the teeth.
Mhm.
Definitely. And I think
Yeah.
I hope that's not the end of Cyril's motorsport career because I'd love to see him in something else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A new
definitely.
challenge.
Definitely.
Like,
He's worked so hard to
yeah.
get to where he is, and
What
to just
about
get it chucked
Williams?
away.
Like, what about
Mhm.
Williams? Why doesn't he, like, he could go and help there because it looks like they need all the help they can get, and he's a guy with the experience. He knows how to produce a good midfield team, get the good
Mhm.
drivers.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah, and after Russell's gone, there could be some really good opportunities out there for drivers.
Mhm. Especially in the Williams Academy as well. Jack Aiken.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Jack
I
Aiken.
would love to see him in F1. And I hate to
So
say it,
would
I
I.
do share a birthday with him. That is besides the point. But I
Yeah.
think he's an incredible driver.
He's so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I love him.
He's not in F2 this year, is he? He's in European
No, I think he's not a
GT
reserve
with
driver for
Callum.
somewhere.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's joined like the European GT because that's the
Yeah.
championship Callum's in as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Alpha Tauri though.
Oh,
That's
the
something
Alpha
to talk
Tauri,
about.
stunning.
I
Yeah,
love it.
I
I love
prefer
it
it
too.
white. I prefer it white just because obviously there's so much blue on the grid, but at the end of the day, Alpha Tauri was blue anyway.
Yeah.
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 So it
They're
makes
When they were
original.
Toro Rosso, they was blue.
Yeah. They've
Mhm.
always been blue. To be fair though, Toro Rosso did have that streak of red in it. And
Exactly.
that Alpha
yeah.
Tauri with like a massive streak of red along it,
Ooh.
I feel like that would have looked really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can see that though in like future seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it could
Well, it's performing really well as well.
yeah.
Yeah,
you-
Pierre
they
looks
do
really
that.
comfortable
Yuki
in it.
Tsunoda.
Mhm.
Let's
I
talk
love
about
that man
him.
so much. Oh my
The
god.
I think
tyre
he's gonna
god.
do so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he's going to come in and do so good. He's just got so much raw talent
Mm.
and
Mhm.
everything.
He has the
I
I
think he'll
think
get
he's going to
sorted
get
Red
top 10
Bull.
in a lot of the races.
I see him in the top 10 this year.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I feel like maybe if he does push himself to have a really good season, he could do better than Pierre Gasly. But that's
Mm.
my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what he is,
Yeah.
but he could do
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Obviously,
Go
yeah.
for it.
No, you go for it. Go on. I've talked loads.
No, I was gonna say that at the beginning I wasn't really happy because obviously I wanted Callum at least in that
Yeah,
seat.
I really would come.
Yeah.
But then when I saw him in testing, I literally I'm so excited.
Mhm.
Made the most out of. He's given us very high expectations for the
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
And
I know like the commentators, they said like he'd literally been at like Imola and he was like literally testing all the old F1 cars and putting so much effort in and working so hard.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
going
And
to
you
pay
can-
off for him.
You can tell he wants this. Like he is
Yeah.
so hungry for this.
Mhm.
So
yeah,
it's amazing to see, especially from a rookie.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
It's incredible.
I also do think though that Yuki Tsunoda has at this stage, obviously he's a rookie in F1. I think at this stage in his career, he has more potential than Pierre Gasly of Alex Albon to get the Red Bull
Yeah.
seat at some
Yeah.
point. I don't
Yeah.
think
Mhm.
Pierre Gasly or Alex Albon will ever be at Red Bull again.
Yeah, I don't think they'll
No,
get
I don't
to
think.
it.
No.
I
Especially
think,
Alex,
Yeah.
I think he won't.
I think if Mercedes decide to get rid of Hamilton and Bottas next season, Esteban Ocon could go to Mercedes. So will
Yeah.
George Russell. That leaves a seat. That could leave 2 seats wide open at Alpine, and Pierre
That could
Gasly could
be-
just slide in there.
Yeah, but could
Mhm.
Alex Albon?
I think Alex will come back in
Stronger.
20, a lot
Yeah.
more confident as well than he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Just
Yeah.
like Esteban did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think Christian Horner, like Toto Wolff does with Esteban Ocon, I think Christian Horner will mentor Alex Albon, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the Red Bull seat that he had so much pressure on him, and you could just see like how upset he was after every single race. I
Yeah.
think Alex needs Christian to guide him a bit, and I think with Christian, I think he has the potential to be really good. I mean, even if he gets Williams' seat, like he could make that team his own, just like George Russell has.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think Latifi as well needs to try and perform a lot better this season as well, because
He was really
I
good in
think people
F2.
be at
Like, he was
risk
always
for-
at the top.
Yeah, I think he's also a paid driver, ain't he? I know he sort of paid his way into Williams.
Yeah, with the sponsors and stuff.
Yeah, because I always wanted Nick de Vries to always go into that
Yeah.
Williams seat instead of Latifi. But I don't think he's a bad driver. I just think he needs more. He just needs to like sort of push himself and
Yeah, I
He
agree.
needs to prove
Prove.
himself.
yeah,
think-
definitely.
Yeah.
I think Williams will outperform Haas though this season.
Yeah, I
100%.
think that too. I think Haas is so behind on their development, and I know obviously they're not putting much development into it because they want their like 2022 car, but I think Williams is
Yeah.
going to outscore them.
Yeah.
Everyone's focusing on 2022 because of the engine freeze, so they've got to get their best foot forward to have a good
Mhm.
season. But like
Yeah.
I think next season, I think the midfield teams will outweigh the top teams like Mercedes and Red Bull, because Red Bull and Mercedes focused on this year. And
Yeah,
not
they
the
haven't focused on
future.
2022. Yeah,
Obviously,
Mhm.
Toto Wolff was dead against the engine freeze, but since everybody else voted for it to help Red Bull sort out their situation, it's benefited them to get a better
Mhm.
advantage on Mercedes, because Mercedes, let's be honest, I feel like could be on a decline.
Mm.
I
Don't
mean,
say that because George is about to sign.
yeah, but like I'm not George Russell coming from Williams going into Mercedes, he's not going to be a world champion straight away.
No,
No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
he's
And
not.
judging from the Sakia Grand Prix, it was literally just a speed race. It's like Monza. It's literally just a
Yeah.
speed race. There's nothing really technical about the track which will show his ability. So I
Yeah.
think that if he has the chance at Mercedes to do more tracks that require skills, then
Yeah.
we'll get like a better outlook on how he could do in that seat in the future.
I hope we do
Mhm.
see George back in the Mercedes again.
Yeah.
It was sad obviously to see what happened at the Sakhir Grand Prix last year. It was sad, but it was also very happy to see Sergio win.
Yeah.
His first ever win.
Yeah,
And you know
was
that,
so
that's
good.
pretty much secured his drive for this
Yeah.
season, which is absolutely amazing, and it was deserved. He went from last to first, and
Literally.
you can't hate him on that. You've got to credit him on it. I'm afraid.
Mhm.
I do
Yeah.
think he's such a strong driver. Like, as much as I do love Alex Albon, I think he'll be able to like sort of push it to max, because I think he's got quite that aggressive driving style as well.
Yeah.
Experience as
sort of-
well.
Like, go well with the Red Bull. So I'm
Yeah.
quite excited to see him this season.
Controversial one. I want to see Max Verstappen in a Mercedes.
I would love that. Would love it.
Hold my
I
hands
have
up.
to disagree. That would be
I
so
can't
good.
see it.
only
I
thing
can't.
is, Red Bull,
I can't because
Red Bull
I
are
can't
getting
see
a
it.
lot
Christian loves
better
him.
at the moment as well.
Yeah, Red Bull are
Red Bull
getting
may
do
stronger.
anything.
become better than Mercedes. So to go from a team that could possibly become better, I don't know whether he'd want to do that. And he's quite loyal to Red Bull as well. So
Yeah.
It's quite loyal. I was going to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Red
Like-
Bull's loyal to him.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I will put it out there. Like I feel like Verstappen obviously went to Red Bull at 16 years old. Like
Yeah.
won his first race there. That solidifies his future to like 2025 at least.
Yeah.
I think when Mercedes entered the hybrid era and everyone else was so far behind, now Mercedes are like there, everyone else is catching up, and you can tell on the
Yeah.
track that everybody is getting faster and faster, and if Mercedes don't do something about that, then they could topple.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
100%.
I know someone
Mhm.
mentioned that if George gets the Mercedes seat, he's not gonna win the championship. Maybe that's Max's chance to win it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Could be.
that's actually
Yeah.
that's something good to talk about actually.
Yeah, definitely. I think that conversation does need to be had, because if Mercedes do decide to change their two drivers to younger, fresh drivers like Russell or Ocon, in my opinion, he's not that strong of a driver yet. He
Agree.
will get there.
Yeah.
It's just a matter
Yeah.
of time.
It
I
all
think
comes
as
with
soon as-
experience a bit, doesn't it,
I think
as
as
well?
soon as Lewis goes, I think Max will become the more
Yeah.
what's the
Yeah.
word?
Yeah,
The best one.
The more wanted driver
definitely.
within the
Yeah.
team.
Max will become like the new Lewis. He'll be like the one that people just don't want to win anymore. I think Max will
Mhm.
dominate.
Max has aggression, and that is the good thing about Max. Because
Yeah.
without aggression, he
I
will
would-
he would not be where he is now.
I'd
Mhm.
never get sick of Max winning all the time though, to be fair. So
I mean, there's the conversation about Max using his father's name to get into motorsports, but at the end of the day, Max has taken his skill and divided his name with his skill, and I think that completely demolished the whole daddy's cash.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
think he's proved that he has got pure talent and he is a
Yeah.
proper racing
Yeah.
driver, not just because of his dad or anything. I think he did prove, even when he was like 17, like he proved he was there to win.
Yeah, nobody can go into a Red Bull car, which is so hard to drive at 17 years old, and win a race.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is like 1 in a million.
He is
Mhm.
really talented.
He will
Definitely.
100% win a world
He'll be a world
championship.
champion, no doubt
Yeah.
about it.
He
Yeah.
will, without a doubt, and so will George. And you know what? Quite possibly, I think Charles Leclerc could as well.
Charles,
Honestly,
yeah.
Charles.
definitely.
Last
I mean-
season, he absolutely powered that Ferrari.
Yeah.
To the best it could
Ollie
be.
And Ellie, I know you're
Yeah.
a Ferrari fan, but what a year that was for Ferrari.
Honestly, I can say it was awful, but Charles
Yeah.
got the most he could out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
I think the next world champions we'll see will be Max, George, and Charles. I'm not sure about Lando yet. Depends how well
No,
McLaren do.
I don't know about
Lando is a
Lando,
very
yeah.
good driver, but
I don't think he's
he
at
has
that prime yet.
enough skill as Max and the rest do
It's not got
at
that
the-
aggression.
this moment in
You know what I
time.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not
I
got
agree.
like determination.
Mhm. And I think
But-
having Daniel as a teammate, that will
Push
sort
him.
of
That's going
help
to
it as
progress him
well.
so
Yeah.
well, because we all know Daniel Ricciardo is the overtake king. Like
Definitely.
Yes.
the moves he makes are just amazing. And
Definitely
like,
my favorite driver. Like
yeah,
his driving style is
I want to
crazy.
see Daniel Ricciardo possibly have a race win in that McLaren or a podium.
He
It
needs
would
to
be
get-
so
I would
good.
love
I
for
feel
him
like-
to be a world champ.
yeah, it's
I
definitely
feel
going to
like
happen.
he'll be the main driver at McLaren this year.
Oh yeah.
100% he is.
Mhm.
He's been in the sport longer. He's, you know,
Yeah.
Lando's got one podium to his name, and I am a Lando fan, as you all know. But
Yeah, we all know.
the podium that Lando got, yes, he absolutely pushed that car on that last lap to get that 5-second gap, and I absolutely praise him for it. But the podium does, in sense, come from penalties.
Yeah.
If
Mhm.
Hamilton didn't have that penalty, Hamilton would have been third.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's the sad truth behind it. And as I know other Lando fans think the exact same, Austria as a track for McLaren is so good. And obviously with those two being the first 2 rounds of the 2020 season last year, I think everyone had very high expectations off McLaren and how they was performing. Because don't get me wrong, they performed so well last year. They absolutely pushed that car with that Renault engine. But when obviously they wasn't getting into like the top 5, say maybe, everyone was a bit like, oh, like they got the hopes up a bit. And you know, as a McLaren fan as well, I was just like, they're doing the best they can with that Renault engine and the power in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I do. I completely agree. I think with the testing, how well they did in testing compared to everyone else, like I will admit they did better than Red Bull in most aspects.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But if you think
Yeah.
about it, Red Bull did more laps
Yeah.
compared to McLaren.
Yeah.
McLaren did less
Mhm.
laps but did better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think
We'll all just have to wait and see until this weekend's Grand Prix.
It could
Yeah.
have been
Yeah.
because they had less fuel in the tank. The Red Bulls were fast because of that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Mhm.
Just
one
don't know.
thing that we all don't really want to talk about, because we've got 5 minutes left and I don't want to waste any more time on this man. Egghead. How long is he going to last
Oh.
realistically? How long is he going to
Always.
last?
I think
Not
it'll
long.
last like 1 or 2 years and that'll be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
I
think
think
the money
before
flow.
long, Haas will fold.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that I don't think Haas will be a team for much longer. If I'm being honest,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I agree.
No.
I
Mhm.
feel
Like
like he's
Porsche
gonna.
take their place.
Well,
Yeah, I really want to see that. I seen that the other day on Instagram, and I was like, oops.
Imagine Porsche safety cars.
oh, don't. Honestly, I love Porsche so,
You could
so
pass
much.
away.
Yeah,
I
that would
love
be
it.
sick. I'd be watching the sport
Stunning.
for just the safety cars at this point because if it was a Porsche.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah,
I
I'd
love
be
watching them
focusing on the
drift
back.
around the corners.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Drifted.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Talking about safety cars, Aston Martin with the yellow or green, but I love the
Green.
yellow on
Yeah.
the safety car.
Stunning.
Or the green, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
People don't like it, but I really like it. It's quite fab.
I like it.
I think that's really good. I like
love
the
it.
Mercedes safety car, but like, what's the I get the red is to do with CrowdStrike, but
Yeah.
I preferred them like black, like yeah.
Mhm.
I like even silver, like the silver.
Yeah, I like the silver.
Because if you think about the silver, like a silver safety car, that represents the grey arrows.
Yeah,
Mercedes.
exactly. It represents silver arrows.
Mhm.
But
100%.
yeah, I'm not against that car. I really do like the red car, but idea just sprung to my head. What if the red Mercedes safety car is in honor of Niki Lauda?
I was just gonna say something on that. With obviously
Yeah.
with the red star for Nikki, is the
Mhm.
connotation to the red safety car
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
Nikki.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
So, girls, what do we all say? Let's answer some follow-up questions.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah, sure.
Do it.
Of
This
the
question
Little Matt.
comes from
Yeah.
Matty's got 24, and he asked, "What's your ambitions for the future?" Personally, at the minute, it's all quite a bit wary for me. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. I'm hoping to find a way to get a career in F1. But it's all just time management for me. I'm thinking of changing course and doing a restart year. So I'm just focusing on that and then gonna figure out where to go in my future. Okay.
Yeah, so in the future at college at the moment, I'm currently studying aviation because I'd like to be cabin crew in Dubai. I finish college next year and then I'm taking a gap year to go and work in Australia and America.
Very nice.
Kaia?
I haven't really thought about anything yet because I'm still in my last year of secondary school. So I'm just focusing on like doing my mocks and then going to college and stuff like that.
Do you
Yeah.
have any idea what you want to do at college?
Not really, to be fair. I really could I don't have a clue. So
You just want to see
Yeah.
what screams to you when it comes to the time.
yeah, maybe something in the NHS, probably. That's what I'll probably be
That's a
going
good
for.
career.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Nicole?
I'm currently studying business, but I want to do engineering management or motorsport engineering. So yeah,
That's
I want to
amazing.
become an engineer in motorsport.
Oh, yeah, we need more women in motorsport
Yes,
Yeah,
we
in
do.
any shape or form.
I want
Melanie?
to show everyone that you can do it.
Yes, we can. Melanie?
Who's next?
I am in my last year of secondary school, so then I'll be going to uni for 5 years hopefully. But I want to do engineering and motorsports, so or just engineering in general. I'm not really sure. But
As we've already said, we need more women.
Yeah,
Guys, you could all be working together in the
Join
future.
me.
I know, but imagine different teams if we were in different teams and rivals.
Oh,
or...
imagine us seeing all each other on the paddock being like, we did a podcast together.
I'll just walk past the McLaren garage and be like, "I'm Amelia."
I'll be the law enforcement. I'll do that.
I'll work for the FIA when I retire from being cabin crew. Anna?
Oh,
Well, I've always been just like photography and videography. So I want to go like traveling and create like a sort of like a portfolio thing and then go from there. And hopefully maybe one day be a team photographer, but who knows? Just sort of see where it goes.
Yeah. Ellie.
You're good at spying. I'll take you.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm in my second year of college. I'm on my level 2 motor vehicle. Next year I'm hopefully going to study my level 2 motorsport to become an engineer, but I'd love to be an F1 engineer and be an engineer in the 24 hours of Le Mans.
Ooh.
That'd be so good.
That sounds so interesting. That'll be really good, I think.
I'd love to do it.
Question here from It's Will 1267. He asks, what driver is going to surprise us with maybe a podium or a race win?
I don't. You know what? This might be a very, very long shot with him being a rookie, but I don't know. Yuki Tsunoda.
No,
Yeah,
I agree.
I
That's
think
what I
it
was going to
happening.
say.
It's a long shot, but the way he's performed in testing,
Look at
it's
Max.
really
there.
proved.
Look at Max.
He's got a lot of talent.
Yeah, and we all know that it's
Yeah,
possible
he
because
does.
Verstappen did it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's a lot younger. Yuki's not that much older than Max was when he did it.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
Yuki
one
20,
in an
I believe.
AlphaTauri.
Yeah, I think
That's
that'll be
not
really
possible.
good, and it'll boost their team a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Rud_O asks, what's our favourite track?
Spa.
Spa.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I really like
Brazil.
Silverstone.
I like Brazil and Monza as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like Monza as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't
Fine,
go wrong with
Silverstone.
Silverstone, can you?
No, you can't.
But-
obviously.
Circuit of the Americas.
That's quite a good one.
I like that one as well.
One
Mhm.
that's controversial, and I think a lot of people find boring, but I think I really like Spain.
I thought you was going to say Monaco. Sorry.
I like Spain. I think
Yeah. I think it's a good track.
yeah, it's not as like fancy as like a lot of the other ones, but like it's where Max first won. Max has to be my favourite.
I think Singapore's quite good as well.
Yeah, I love
Yeah. With all the
like
lights
like
and
the boat that's
honestly.
like between two buildings.
Mm.
Yeah. I just love like I was watching the Drive to Survive episode in season 1. I think it's episode 8 or 9 or 8 even, and you can see all the lights in Singapore.
It looks so beautiful.
It's definitely something to go and look at.
Beautiful.
How did we get into F1? Which teams will finish first, second, and third at the end of the season? And this was by Archie Day.
My dad got me into Formula 1.
My dad got me into Formula 1.
My
dad's got me into Formula 1.
My family, we don't watch football. We watch rugby, but my dad was unsuccessful with the other two sisters. So, yeah.
You just roped in.
I did. I walked in. I was like, I'm here to save the day.
Yes.
Right.
But with 1, 2, 3, with the constructors, Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren. But I think it'll be very tight.
Yeah.
Drivers wise as well. Drivers wise as well.
I'll
Lewis,
risk it here. I'll risk it.
Lewis,
I'd
Max,
say Red
Scott,
Bull.
Valtteri.
That's constructors for me, Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren.
I think
I'll give
Alpine will
McLaren
probably become
second. Who knows?
4th.
Yeah. Drivers for me, Lewis, Max, and Valtteri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say the same, but I think maybe if he does perform really well, Checo could possibly
Yeah, he
put
could be
more
up there.
pressure on
definitely.
Bottas.
I agree.
So we'll
Yeah.
see.
I think
We will.
I think also with Daniel and McLaren, then they're going to
Yes.
get pushed up a lot within the. Like, I think McLaren will have a solid
I
third.
think
if
Daniel has a good
performs well.
chance of becoming fourth in the championship.
Yeah,
I think it'll be a fight
definitely.
between Daniel and Checo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, like you guys said, but I want to risk it. I want to say Red Bull, McLaren, something, because I don't know. Mercedes just didn't do well. I don't know.
I think they just kind of sandbagged it in testing.
But I
think
know
they'll
for
shock
sure
us.
they're gonna win it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everyone knows.
I would say like Mercedes, Red Bull, and maybe Aston Martin could possibly come third.
I think
should
it'll
I
be
think
fighting next.
Alpine has a strong chance as well.
Yeah.
I think
think
everyone
it'll
has
be
a
a
strong
fight
chance this year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
fact that they're all looking towards 2022 has brought this grid a lot closer to each other, but
Mhm.
as well as next year, it's going to be very, very close.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Williams will be able to catch up in terms of money because there's not going to be much spent because of the cap.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think everyone's got a really good chance next year. Melanie, yours?
I would say Mercedes, Red Bull, but I would say maybe even McLaren might, be fighting with Red Bull.
Yeah.
I
I think yeah.
Aston Martin might shock us. I think they might,
Yeah.
come in and
If they can get the improvements done, they will.
yeah.
Alpine,
as well. I
yeah.
think they have a. And then
I think it'll
drivers.
be the same fight that we got last year. Obviously, just different team names, bar McLaren.
Mhm.
I think this year Red Bull could be the closest they'll be for a long time to Mercedes, but I do think McLaren will be very, very close to Red Bull.
They're going to shock us this year. I think
I
Daniel
think
and that team is.
I think McLaren will be pushing for the top 4 every race this year. Instead,
Definitely.
they're not a midfield team anymore. Let's be real, they're not a midfield.
No, definitely not.
I think
I'm not
Williams
biased
is like slidden
by
and took
all.
place.
I think
Daniel's fan
Carlos.
neither.
I think Carlos and Lando going to McLaren in 2019 helped a lot as well, because when
Definitely.
Fernando was in there, they wasn't as good
Performing.
as they were.
Didn't have a good year.
No.
2019, 2018.
Ellie, yours?
Yeah, I think my top 3 would be Mercedes, Red Bull, and Aston Martin, and then my top 3 drivers would be Lewis, Max, and Perez, because I do think Perez is, because he's got so much experience in that racing and stuff. I think he can take it to Valtteri and maybe get that 3rd place.
Yeah, I in some sense I do actually agree.
Mhm.
I feel like with Bottas, he can sometimes struggle under a lot of pressure.
He's
Yeah,
a bit
definitely.
To mess up.
It's
He's
not
a bit
easy
hit and
being someone.
miss.
Yeah.
I mean, episode 3 in Drive to Survive. I mean,
I did not
like,
want to see his ass on it.
I just want an apology off Netflix.
On a
and
Friday
take
morning.
But he just seems really likable. We
Yeah,
can't
I
hate
do
the
love
guy.
him.
I think
Yeah.
the documentary completely changed my vision of Valtteri Bottas, because I thought at the start Valtteri Bottas was just a cocky driver or whatever.
Mhm.
A bit of a wimp.
Yeah, and then when he won that race and nobody was there to celebrate with him,
All
I
of
was
his
like,
engineers went, that was
Yeah.
heartbreaking.
that was awful to see. And like we would never have known that until it came
Exactly.
out.
Mhm.
I felt
See,
so
I
bad.
thought he was a bit of a wimp in 2019 Brazil Grand Prix. Pierre Gasly was in front of him and he wasn't attempting to overtake him, and he was literally in DRS of him, and he has more experience than Pierre and he wasn't even attempting. And I just thought it's wimpy. You are driving a Mercedes that is better than the Toro Rosso back then, and you're not going to overtake. And I have no negative opinion on any driver. Obviously Nikita Mazepin with that whole situation
Doesn't exist in our book.
I have no respect for him. I don't know if I will ever gain that respect. Maybe in a few years I could, but at the minute, no, I could absolutely not.
If he keeps
proves himself a good driver, then maybe a little bit.
If he ever goes near Max or does anything to Max,
Kaia's gonna beat him
Kaia's
off,
not-
like she will if Enzo doesn't get into F1.
Yeah. I'll
Max
throw
and,
hands.
I think
Max and Nikita
also
fight, if that happens, though.
Oh, I can
Mm.
just see it happening though. That's the thing.
Oh,
Max
yeah.
and Nikita.
Mm.
I think
Max-
It's gonna be
Max-
good.
And Esteban in
yes,
2018, maybe a repeat with Nikita.
But do you know
Yeah.
what?
Mm.
I will praise Nikita because he has actually made an effort with all of the drivers on the grid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Did
not as
you
if
see
he
that?
hasn't tried to get to know everyone, which is it's good.
Did you
Mhm.
Yeah.
see that one picture that was going around on Twitter when he tried to fist bump Lance and Lance was just stood there and like,
He's like,
no,
"Nah."
mate.
yeah.
He looked at him.
Okay. Ollie Morgan asked us the best track of all time and the greatest driver of all time, excluding Lewis and Michael Schumacher.
My favourite driver of all
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Ayrton
Senna.
Senna.
Senna,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Definitely.
I do
Could've
love
gone for
Michael.
Schumacher.
Or Prost, I'd say, or Nicky Lauda.
Yeah, Nicky
Yeah.
Lauda as well.
For me, I'm going a bit more recent with Jensen Button.
Yes.
Yes.
I love Jensen.
Jensen Button.
Rosberg.
Yeah.
I love
I was gonna
Rosberg.
say that.
Or, yeah.
A team came into F1, won a championship in 1 year, and then folded. Like,
Yeah,
there was so much potential with that team,
definitely.
but obviously it couldn't go on. And that's why I think they basically did the impossible. No, I don't think anyone has come into F1 and won a world championship straight off like they
Literally
did,
in their first year,
Yeah.
yeah.
which is why I like them most. But also, Nico Rosberg is up there.
I
Mhm.
love
Yeah.
him. I love
He's
him.
like
He's
the
good
Leonardo
class.
DiCaprio of Formula One.
Yeah.
Just like Alex
Like when-
Albon is the Tom
The
Cruise.
Asian Tom
The
Yeah.
Asian Tom Cruise.
Mhm.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, definitely.
I miss Alex.
What's
Yeah.
everyone's
Yeah.
favourite tracks of all time?
Track.
Turkey
Oh
one,
yeah,
actually.
track.
Turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I love
Look
it.
at the
I love
Turkey's
Portugal
really
as
good.
well. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Portimao,
Portugal's a
I
shout,
love
I'm
that.
yeah.
excited for that one to come back.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, I'm going more
I just
modern
love
time.
Spa.
Yeah, Spa's
Spa's
like
just
iconic.
such an amazing
Spa's so
track.
good.
Yeah,
And it's got the
Yeah.
iconic of Rouge as well. So
Mm,
Mhm.
oh, Rouge. Beautiful.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Spa has just so much history behind it with Hubert and
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's very sad. And you know, it's the drivers put themselves at risk every single day of their life for their
Sure.
career and for our
Definitely.
entertainment. And it's amazing. And the tragedies that have happened in Formula One,
yeah.
Yeah,
it's so sad to see. And you know, obviously the halo came about after Jules Bianchi, which heartbreaking. But I'm so glad
Yeah.
that halo came about, because if you look back on Grosjean's crash,
Yeah, that literally
Yeah.
saved his life.
if you
Yeah.
think about it, though, like if that wasn't there, he never would have made it Alpstar alive.
I know.
Like the
Definitely.
halo was pretty much the last thing intact on the car.
Mhm.
Without
Yeah.
that, like I would hate to say it, but he wouldn't be with us now if it wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
Talking
with
about Grosjean,
tragedy
he's such a nice
comes
driver.
yeah,
I
and
love
with tragedy
Grosjean.
comes better things.